So what I'm going to chat about now is knitting two together, and you might see this in a pattern as K2tog, and it's usually used for shaping, and it's within the collar shaping or neckline shaping videos, but I just thought I'd do a little separate video just in case. So knit two together, and then I'll show you a purl two together, because they're the same kind of thing really. So here we go, we're going to just knit a few. The pattern says knit, and then you see a little knit two together. So what it's meaning is normally you knit into one stitch, right? That's the kind of go-to, but what it's meaning when it says knit two together is you are going to literally take two stitches, you're going to get your needle and you're going to knit into both. Sometimes you have to kind of really shove it in there, and you do the same, do a little strangle, pull through, throw them off, and you'll see that there's two loops, two stitches there, and it looks a bit kind of gumby, but once you do the next row the tension all evens out. So then you might have some more knits, knit, and then might say knit two together again. So we'll just give it another little practice. So your usual one stitch, we're taking two, we're going to go right in there, around, bring it through and off, and we'll knit to the end. So what this is doing is it's shaping your garment. So what you'll start seeing, so you started with 10, I should have said this at the beginning, started with 10 stitches on the needle, and now I have 2, 4, 6, 8 because I've done two knits together, so I've lost 2 stitches. Every time you knit two together you lose a stitch, and you'll see these are kind of shaping in the two places that I've done. See, he's going under the two places that I've done my knit two together. And then you will carry on the pattern, and if the next row is just knits or purls, if you're doing stockinette stitch, then you carry on, and you can see on this side where we've knit two together. It's kind of a bit puffy here, those two, but when you actually purl the next row, which I'll do now quickly, that actually kind of goes, so you don't need to stress about that. I mean, ideally we do it as neatly as possible, but it's really just how it rolls, and they actually surprisingly disappear. So I'll just show you that. And you can see when I turn around the shaping, so you can actually see where we've lost a row. See that guy, he's a goner. We knit those two together, and then you can see this guy's a goner, but look how beautiful and neat it is. So I'm just going to knit another row quickly, so then I'll show you how to purl together, purl two together. So just knit me a row so I can be back on a purl side. I mean, I could have purled. You can purl together on the knit side, but realistically you're going to mostly find it on the purl side. So I'll knit this side so I can flip over to a purl side. Here I am. And don't worry if your purl side's got, and even knits, the ends are always going to be a little bit lumpy really, but you don't see them because you usually join your pieces together. Okay, so let's do some purls, a couple of purlies. So remember we started with 8 stitches on here now. We'll do 2 purls and then we'll purl 2 together. So it's the same idea, right? Normally you'd purl 1, but we're going to purl 2. And again, wool is quite hardy, so you can be a little bit rough. So we've gone through 2. We're going over the front like normal, coming in hot from the right. Oops. And then we bring them off. And we can keep purling. So that is a purl 2 together. And what it will do, so if we started with 8, we've done 1 purl 2 together, we're going to end up with 7. Each time you do something together, knit or purl together, you lose 1. So we're going to you can see where that is. That's where we purled together, but like the same with the knit 2 together, once you do your next row, it kind of disappears, and that's the amazing thing with this shaping. It's pretty nifty really. So that was your purl 2 together. You can tell it's a bit chunkier, but when we get through this, see, it's just another, see, it's a bit slightly fatter, but let's look at it on this side. You can hardly tell there. Kind of fatter, but nothing that you would jump out and be like, oh my god. So that, my friends, was shaping with knitting 2 together or purling 2 together.